Andrews is probably upstairs. Upstairs. Hey, I'd just like to speak to the supervisor. I got a crime report I want to fill out for stalking and harassment. I'll wait in the lobby.
You need to make a report.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you live in Worcester?
It's actually for inclusive for my family, also part of their sport, so yeah.
Did it occur?
Yeah.
Where in Worcester?
In near the Doherty Memorial area.
Okay. Is that where you live, or?
Yeah.
Okay. What you gotta do is you gotta go to your house and call for an officer to go to your house.
I can't make a crime report in person.
It's the same officer that's gonna come out here and take that report.
I'll wait here then. I'm already here.
Okay. I mean, your address then.
I'll give it to them when they're here. Thank you. I'll give it to them when.
Call it in unless we have your address to call in.
Yep. I'll give it to them when they're here. I'm already here. I'll give it to them when they're here. Some of you don't know how these people look like, but that's Gerard. That's also Gerard. And then, of course, we've got Eitan. Then we got this guy, Russ Andrews. The guy that's been going after my folks through all his little third-party advocates. And then, of course, Janet. And then we've got this guy, who thinks it's cool to dox my family's address. And right in the middle of a restraining order case too. They're just so stupid. And then the lady that's helping orchestrate a lot of this is none other than Karen Renna herself, or should I say Karen Harvey. This is you. That's you. That's you, Karen. That's you. That's you, Karen. That's your son. And that's your husband.
In order for us to generate a call, we need your name and the address that it happened.
I'm happy to give that.
How come you want to give it to the other officer?
Yeah, I wanted to speak to the supervisor.
You don't speak to a supervisor. You got to speak to a patrol officer that takes the initial report. Then the report gets filed for whatever the incident. What kind of incident is it?
It's for stalking and harassment.
Okay.
And I have a whole, I'm happy to explain it all in audibly, and I also have a write-up. Basically, the long and short is that there are Scientology agents inside Worcester that have been harassing my family, specifically because I have been a reporter documenting Scientology criminal activities all across the states.
Where are they harassing you at? Yeah, in Worcester?
Yeah, this has been going on since June 2024. And that's around the time that
What's your name?
Henry, E-N-R-I.
Henry?
E-N-R-I, Henry Marini.
Marine?
M-A-R-I-N like Nancy I. And then my
I'm
email.
sorry, say M-A-R.
Yep, M-A-R-I-N like Nancy I.
I or E? I'm sorry.
I. I can write it down for you if you
You don't
need.
have to. What's your date of birth?
This has been going on since June 2024. Basically, it's included outright criminal death threats.
No, where has it been happening?
It's been happening at my parents' house, and it's been happening everywhere I have been traveling to
Okay,
document.
so where's your parents' house? All right, have a seat.
Yep, and my email is
I
filmed.
don't need that.
That's all right, I'm going to give it to you anyway.
I don't want it.
Film the
I
police
don't need
USA at protonmail.com.
I don't need it, have a seat.
You know, for what it's worth, part of the DOJ reports, I can tell you, I actually know a couple of the officers that are involved in the Scientology collusion ring.
Yep.
And I think it would be a very terrible choice for you guys to treat somebody that's coming to you in good faith to report stalking and harassment. So I'm really trying to be nice here and not be an asshole, because this has been a very sensitive.
You're gonna get arrested, so we don't wanna do that.
So this is a guy that I'm trying to report. a stalking and harassment from Scientology, and he thinks it's cool to just outright harass a guy that's trying to come in good faith and make a report.
Well, Henry, I'm doing a report for you. I've got to put a call in for you if you want to record the rest of it and pass it. It's up to you. So now you can all have a seat and I'll put the call in.
So is a supervisor coming to
No.
speak with me today?
No, the supervisor's not going to.
So nobody's going to take my report today?
No.
That's what's happening,
If
you're
you
telling me?
listen to what I'm going to say to you again for the third time.
What is
a
that?
patrol officer will come in and take the report to you and will be forwarded to the appropriate division.
So they're coming, an officer is
At
actually
some point,
coming?
yes, he's going to come in here.
Okay, that's all I'm asking for.
So
A
now you
patrol.
can have a seat.
So
So I
he's-
can help the next person.
So he's actually coming, you spelled my name wrong, I already told you, it's E-N-R-I.
And that's what I put, ENRI.
So you crossed off the H.
Have a seat.
What a wise guy.
Now I'm the wise
Seriously,
guy.
a wise guy. Fucking wise guy. This is why the DOJ hates you guys.
The DOJ lied to us.
Yeah, DOJ lied? How come I know exactly where those officers 5150 raped a fucking prostitute? Jesus Christ.
You all set?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for,
The custody exchange thing, so, right? All right, no problem.
you know,
Absolutely ridiculous, man. While we're waiting, I'll show you guys the DOJ report. So this is Worcester's finest, beating the shit out of a pastor who was standing on a public sidewalk saying tyrant. God damn. Worcester pastor police. I gotta show you the actual clip. All right, here we go. So that's a pastor getting the fuck kicked out of him just because he stood outside on a public sidewalk, called a cop a tyrant in Worcester. And then right after, the DOJ and feds came cracking down and said Worcester PD is all sorts of fucked up, just like LAPD.
pastor is opening up tonight about getting tasered by police inside of his own church. He says the incident was a big misunderstanding.
But he is still dealing with the consequences. WBZ's Beth Germano is live in Auburn tonight. Beth, I know you just talked to the pastor. He says this was humiliating. Well,
And then to be attacked and not be able to fight back.
You go inside, you're about to be arrested for disturbing the peace. Here, tyrant.
It started as a verbal dispute outside a Worcester Baptist church in October of 2019, and within minutes escalated as Reverend Joseph Rizzuti Sr. was chased into the church by police, their body cam video showing the chaotic frenzy.
It's just hard as an individual to get up.
So there you go, Worcester PD at its finest, beating the shit out of pastors and raping prostitutes while on the fucking clock. And I know at least one of these guys who's actually very close friends with Renna, who's associated with at least the one business that used to be a Scientology front group called Victory Productions. So fantastic. You have cops beating the shit out of pastors, you have cops fucking prostitutes while on the job, and you have a guy that's trying to prevent me from filing a police report. And at the center of it all is this guy right here. One of the many OSA agents. And how are they all related to Worcester, Mass, you might ask? Well, it's Karen Harvey, or Karen Renna. See, Karen is born and raised in Worcester. She helped run the Scientology front, I guess you could call it a mission, really. It was much smaller. They're based on 163 Front Street, literally right next to City Hall. Around the same time that little mission was there, the city council member, forget her name, I know she was of foreign descent. Basically, she had this massive real estate fraud scheme going on for millions that is very similar to Weezar. Weezar in Los Angeles did the same shit where he ran a massive real estate fraud scheme. Well, the sad part for Weezar is he's in prison. And they're squeezing Weezar as part of the Diddy case. And guess who Weezar was also involved with some of those real estate transactions? He was also involved with Scientology. Look at that, because that's exactly what Scientology is, a fucking real estate racket. And that's one of the front people right there. Involved in all this. So there you go, that's the Cliff Notes version. That's the Cliff Notes version, chat. All this shit. And it's happening while I have a literal restraining order case. Somebody else you guys don't know is Sylvia Stenard, another OSA agent. Now, she primarily works nowadays in Washington, D.C., but back in the early 2000s, she was actually very important to having run the Boston operations. At the time, that's where they owned the little Alexander Hotel in Boston. Part of that was also Cheryl Duncan. She now owns a bogus front business that pretends to be a recruiting agency, but really it's selling Scientology to actors now, I believe, in New York, but I'm pretty sure she's actually hiding either in New Jersey or tried moving back out to LA. And then, of course, the man himself, who serves as a director on CCHR, which is a front group. And then you have another CCHR agent, which really is just the OSA agent for Scientology, Diane Stein. Okay, that's everybody. So there you go. I'll wait up here real quick. And it's honestly the easiest fucking shit to find. Like, this information is so easy to find. And if I can easily find this in literally just a couple hours of research, then, you know, it's pretty fucking easy for these guys to do their job. So now we gotta wait. Always the dreaded wait. The fucking 2-hour long wait. Gotta wait for a dude to show up and actually take the report. And once he shows up and takes the report, I'm gonna ask to speak to his supervisor. Worcester is honestly one of the most fucking hated cities in the Commonwealth because of how fucked Worcester is. The problem with Worcester is that it's a city that is nowhere near the size and significance of a place like Los Angeles, but the problems they have here are just as significant as Los Angeles. It's just that nobody really gives a shit about a small city like Worcester, so everything goes back, everything just goes unnoticed until you have some crazy shit like a pastor getting his ass beat and a cop, well, a series of cops actually getting caught fucking prostitutes while they're on the job and assaulting 5150 patients and doing the dirty deed of a cult like Scientology and just all sorts of shit, really. All sorts of shit. And Worcester PD has been on my list of places to cop watch for a very long time. I just honestly know how much of a shitbag they are. And I was like, do I really want to do this over the holidays? And I was like, you know what? I'm already here. Might as well just get it over with. Because it's just another incident report. It's another paper trail. You know, it's no longer in the realm of this is a social media thing. It's real, and I just want to make sure I do my part to get it on paper. And then after this, well, we go ahead and report the same shit to Boston PD. And you know what the weirdest part? The office that the CCHR actually had, so I'll show you that one too. The office that the CCHR in Boston actually had used to be right next to the same office that the Police Accountability Board of Boston actually has. So let's see, Boston Police Accountability. The OTAP. Just down the block on Washington Street is literally the old CCHR building, but now I know where they're holed up anyway. But the old CCHR building, almost an OTAP office. So that's the Boston Police Accountability and Transparency Board. Allegedly, it's supposed to be made up of civilians, but when you actually take a look at the roster, it's literally a fucking ex-Leo and ex-staffers in law enforcement. So go figure on that one. Genius, smooth brain thinking on that one. I gotta find the OTAP. Contact us. So 2201 Washington, if you go to, I believe it's 1830 Washington, is exactly where the CCHR building used to be on Washington. So let's see.
How you doing?
Hey, good.
Are you waiting for an officer?
Yeah, I am.
For Scientology?
Yeah, that's right.
What's going on?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Hi, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah, appreciate it. So before we get off, I just want to say my name's Henry. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I just get your name and badge number, please?
Yeah, we met 107 is my badge.
107, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I just want to hand this to you first. I want to file that along with my case. It's a written description of everything so that in case you or somebody else that's working on the investigation or forgets, I wrote it down in the courtesy. But long story short, I have been a reporter covering the... No, that's part of the report.
This is for us?
Yes.
Okay.
All that is for you guys. I have basically been covering the Scientology protest movement as a reporter.
Okay.
Part of that has involved my family directly, as well as myself, outright getting death threats from known agitators paid by Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, it's amassed to the public distribution of my family's private home address, their contact information, as well as direct criminal threats of killing and raping me, my dog, my mom, my dad, my brother.
How are they sending the threats?
So it's a mixture of just outright publicly on social media, as well as emails.
Yeah.
And I actually have a civil harassment restraining order case hearing coming up on the 23rd of January.
Okay.
I put my case number in there. I put the names of the folks who are running the front groups who basically aid, abet, and collude with the agitators to destroy, harass, and intimidate people so that they're basically ushered into silence and never speak out.
What is Scientology?
Basically, it's a criminal organization. They hide behind a veneer of religion.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, Gerard Renna, is actually the lead mafia captain, you could say, for the Massachusetts Commonwealth area.
Okay.
His name is Gerard Renna. He is part of the special inside group in Scientology known as the Office of Special Affairs, OSA, that's the abbreviation. Sylvia is also a major player on equal footing with Gerard. So is Cheryl. These guys have run the East Coast for a while now. They are either in New Jersey hiding and or have moved out to Los Angeles, or their other main headquarters in the city of Clearwater, Florida.
Okay. So, do these people live in Worcester, or you live in Worcester?
My family and I do. And we've been getting harassment, yes. Yeah.
Have any of them been in person, or through like social media and like text?
Social media and electronic communication so far.
Okay. And have you made a report about any of this yet, or is this the
This
first
is
time?
the first time to police in Worcester,
Okay.
and primarily because I've been amassing discovery as my civil case has been going on.
Yeah.
I've got what will likely be the final hearing for my civil harassment case on the 23rd of January of this coming year,
Okay.
and likely I'll have an oral granted, but I don't know, I don't want to say. But basically, I've submitted all of my discovery. It's now before a judge. There are 3 other related cases that are joined as part of my case because this has been a huge pattern of behavior. It's not just a one-off. And my goal today is just basically get an incident ID as part of the report,
Yeah.
submit that for my discovery hearing, and then have yet another. That's it. I just want to do my due diligence. You've been very courteous and professional, so I want to commend you for that. I really respect it. I don't know what got into the gentleman at the front desk. It was such a simple request. I simply stated I'd like to make a crime report. I'm happy to wait on the bench for an officer to come and take the report. And the guy just wasn't having it. I don't know if he just didn't eat his Wheaties today. I don't know if he just had spoiled milk for breakfast, but seriously, I've done these dozens of times. It's literally like a 5-minute task. You just place the dispatch call, somebody comes in, an instant ID is generated, you're given the card of an officer, usually they state, here's the ID, here's my name, here's my badge, and all is well afterwards. Usually then you get contacted by a detective to make a witness statement, in addition to whatever filings you report in person physically, and then a link gets generated by the Axon services to upload evidence. So I'm not a moron, like I've been through this sadly way too many times.
So, you're trying to get a harassment order or restraining order against individuals already, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and
You're already in that process?
I'm already in that process, and I just, like I said, I haven't done this specifically here just yet because I've been waiting, and now it's at that point where it's appropriate.
So I just want to confirm your information. This is your first and last name here.
Yep, and then this is the best email from the police USA.
How about a phone number for you?
Email is best.
You
Yep,
want a phone
yep,
number?
yep.
Okay.
Email is
And,
best.
Address? Number?
Perfect. I'll hang out right here. Thank you. That was so easy. That's literally what it is. Now I'm gonna go talk to this guy afterwards. And I'm gonna, don't you wanna do this today, man? Like, yeah, I'll do it, why not? Unbecoming conduct is the official code. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, unbecoming conduct. As long as you have
This
it.
is the incident number.
Okay.
I wrote my last name and my badge number on there.
Okay,
Do you know how to
perfect.
get a copy of the report?
So usually, the way from what I understand in Worcester PD, do you guys have it so that it's your badge, period, last name at Worcester?
So you go right to the worcestermass.gov site.
Okay,
click
so
on the
that's how you
police tab, and then when you get in there, they'll ask you for this number. Just put that number in, and
Okay.
then it'll generate the next steps.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright.
As far as getting a copy of today's report,
Yeah.
because I'm guessing this is to submit further evidence, right?
Yeah, so what happens is, everything's generated under this number, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go type the report now saying that, you know, what you told me.
Okay, okay.
I'll put the packet that you gave me into evidence, and
Okay.
and it'll log it.
Okay.
It has to get approved.
Okay.
And then once it's approved, it'll get submitted into the website.
Okay.
So it does take a day or two.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Will I also be getting a evidence upload link via the Axon services?
Like for the body camera?
Usually the way it works is if I have additional footage or evidence like video clips, screenshots, and so forth,
Oh,
I
yeah.
will
So-
upload them through
So you could just call us back if you get something, and we can add it to the file.
Okay.
It's like, so where I'm working today, like, I don't wanna say it on there. Don't worry about it.
Do you just have an email that I could have of either yours or some other central
I can give you
email?
mine.
Yeah, if you could, please, that'd be great. Just so I want to make sure that if I have issues uploading or if I do get further evidence, I just want to make sure I have like an electronic receipt.
Of course.
As much as I hate email and it's outdated, sadly, a lot of the times is at the very least the one way I can keep electronic track of
Yeah, something.
submissions. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And why are they targeting you? 'Cause
So I
you
specifically
report on
have, yeah, I specifically have been covering direct criminal activities they've been engaging in and outing them. So I've exposed a direct link in Los Angeles, the Department of Water and Power, the CEO that runs, just like here, you have the Public Works.
Yeah.
Janice Canones, she outright stated she's not going to file fines. They wasted hundreds of thousands of gallons one day. There's been a string of LAPD officers that I've helped out who are literally allowing false arrests to go in without any due diligence. Just at the behest, when somebody makes a call, they literally will just come and outright kidnap some of the protesters. I've outed some of those swatting calls, which I've also been a victim of.
Yeah.
I've had swatting calls when I've been on a public sidewalk, just documenting and reporting and videotaping. I literally had code 3 man with gun incident. And all I had was
Is it
just.
because you're like live streaming or something?
It's because it's targeted to anybody that criticizes Scientology. I've gone on live stream dozens of times before.
Yeah.
It literally was never a problem.
Yeah.
I have been on social media for about 2 years before this,
Yeah.
and it only started. It literally only started.
With them.
And I also know that's a fact because I'm not the only one. There's at least 1 to 2 dozen other people. Same issue, same exact issues, same exact problem. And it only happens when they criticize or out protesting Scientologists.
All right.
No other time. And I also have zero affiliation.
Yeah.
Like my background, I literally have absolutely zero ties.
Yeah.
My career profession, I work as a software engineer, and I am the further, I've never been part of Scientology. I've only known through publications on media on what Scientology has been up to. And so it's very clear that the reason why I'm being targeted is explicitly because I'm reporting and documenting.
Where do you host it? Do you have like your own?
Yep, so
news?
I've got Film the Police USA.
Yeah.
I document police incidents there.
Yeah.
That's how all of the calls of protesters getting illegally arrested, detained, and so forth. Been documented heavily there. and that's been my primarily thing. I basically try to travel the country to do various police accountability and transparency, and I never had an issue before. Like, I've had issues with difficult officers who have just been, for whatever reason, wanted to be a jerk, but never did I ever get randomly swatted specifically when covering reports to Scientology. Like, I've had, I've had dozens of interactions with cops before. I've never had a random code 3 call on me for a man with a gun. I've never had people show up to my thing. So that one, I was in Buffalo, New York, and it was right on Main Street, right next to the Buffalo Mass General Hospital. Literally 24 cops show up. Luckily, they understood and de-escalated within a minute, but it was scary. Not only that, as soon as I got swatted, another guy who just so happened to randomly, not even affiliated, he was literally live streaming in Los Angeles, also outside a Scientology building. 10 to 20 minutes after I got swatted, he gets swatted. About 10, 20 minutes after they release him, he gets swatted again. Wow. Literally another 10 to 20 minutes after that, he gets swatted again. Crazy. And I've gone to the FBI. I'm going to go to the FBI here in Massachusetts and Boston. I've talked to 2 special agents in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to do my due diligence here as well. And like I said, I just want to follow the paper trail. My end goal in all this is ideally to hold these people accountable in court and file claims. So I know I got to do this. It's just, I've been waiting a long time for this one, and I'm glad that of all the officers, that somebody as courteous as you showed up, so I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, you as well.
Today, then I'll be ready in a day.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
All right,
much.
sir, have a good day.
You too. I just wanted to say that was very straightforward and easy. I'm not sure why you had to be so difficult, but I want to file a formal complaint on you.
Okay.
And so if I could have somebody take that complaint. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
How you doing?
Hey, good.
Henry, Mike Runstead.
Mike, good to meet you. Yeah, could I have your badge number, please?
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the badge, I'm a lieutenant.
Okay, Lieutenant, thank you. I just want to say 2 things. The officer I just spoke with that took my report, fantastic interaction. I honestly could not have thought of a better role model for a very sensitive situation like that.
Okay.
So if you could please take accommodation for him.
Okay, you know who that officer was?
Yeah.
Okay, you'd have to contact his supervisors. He doesn't work for me.
Okay.
He works in operations.
Okay. I just want to make sure he gets accommodation. Very, very professional, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
The second is I'd like to file a formal complaint on the gentleman I spoke with at the front for unbecoming behavior. It was a very simple request. All they had to do was just let me know that I had to wait, but I didn't need any of the backsass. I didn't need any of the shit talking. And also, he held up my contact information when he knew I was on video
Okay.
and fucking doxed me right there. He
Okay.
fucking showed my family's home address right on screen.
To what, your videotape?
Yes.
Okay.
As I told him, I'm muting so I could let him know that I'm giving him my address. And then he fucking shows his paper containing my family's home address.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Nice shot.
Absolutely disgusting, man. All right? I'm already here on an incredibly sensitive situation, specifically because my family has been receiving criminal death threats from Scientologists and their front groups, literally talking about raping my mom, raping my dog, raping me, killing me, and I have a fucking civil harassment restraining order hearing on this this whole issue. And it's been going on for a better part of 6 months now. And so, absolutely I want a formal complaint, I want to know his name and his badge number, and I will wait for, I don't know if you guys do CF numbers, or if you just do document ID numbers, but I want to give you my email, and I want that incident ID number for the formal complaint. IA can then do whatever they want afterwards, OIG, whoever. I just want to make sure I specifically file it, and I will be sharing that video evidence of my interaction with him as part of that. After that, I don't really care what happens. I know it's kicked off to IA, but I want to file that formal complaint. I'll wait here. I have no problem doing it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the formal complaint paperwork, and that's what we'll do. I'll give you his name and badge number, and and then you can forward that. Okay, that's how it works.
Sounds good. I'll wait right here.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Every day, man. Like, this literally could have been a 10-minute, 15-minute interaction. Now I gotta wait here for, like I said, at least 2 hours to fill all this. I just wanted to file my stupid complaint. Like, that's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. You gotta type it in as one. All right.
It's all in there, you can fill it up.
Do you mind? Yep. Do you mind if I have a pencil to write on, so I can fill it out?
Sure. Yep.
Oh wait. Okay. Thanks.
I'll give you a pen.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
So that's who the officer is. Joe Victor 366. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go on this one. This one's a flatter surface to write on. Hold on to this card. Alright. So I'll do complaint. so people see. And then it's Victor 366 male uniform. Today is the 27th. Time 3 p.m. Location, I'll just make sure that doesn't fall through the cracks. Location, Worcester Station, Lincoln Street. All right. There you go. Alright. Description. Officer Joe Liotti, V366. Unprofessional. Unbecoming of an officer and private. Report of harassment I received from Alright, so basically, did that. That's what they technically want you to submit it to, which is here. About that. And then we'll write an accommodation. WPD@worcesterma.gov. Alright, I'm gonna file this and move on. Get a copy of it. Hi, could I just get a copy, stamped copy of this, please? Just for my own records. It's a complaint form. I just want to make sure I get one. Thank you. Hate doing this. Hate doing this shit, but it's important. Gotta do it. Appreciate it. Have a good one. There we go. Alright, so I just want to welcome everybody to the Commonwealth. Alright, so basically, what could have been, let's see, a 10-15 minute interaction turned out to be a fucking hour-long plus interaction, and basically I just wanted to file a complaint. That's all I wanted to do, file a complaint report, get an incident ID, which I will be, and be on my merry way. Now, that turned into a Officer Joe Vigliotti of badge number V366, Victor 366, not only doxing the information I gave him, as well as just being a fucking asshole, honestly, for no reason. All he had to do was just place a dispatch call and state, there's somebody here that wants to make a crime report. That was it. So, there you go. To the DOJ, if you're listening, I know the one officer specifically that's involved in running the fucking harassment to my family. So yeah, that's today. Appreciate everybody for being here. Basically got to do this same shit, but in Boston, and then file it with the field office of the FBI in Boston too. So there you go. Appreciate you all being here. I'm gonna head out. Happy holidays / Merry New Year, whatever the fuck everybody celebrates. And check out my other channel, Film the Police USA. And I'll be chopping up this video and uploading the bits there. So yeah, thanks everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.